Okay, then, let's begin. Thanks to everyone who tagged me on Twitter for this news story that the Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel, Twitter channel, is telling us about a brand new launch of the Ultimate Universe. There's a fresh wave, and I'm gonna keep this smile on my face until the moment where you know is coming, where I get negative. But for the most part, the fact that this guy here is part of Jonathan Hickman's release of the new Ultimate line is great. He's right up there with the X-Men and right up there with Spider-Man, and this is fantastic news. The creators are people who matter, like the artist Stefano Caselli is going to be doing the comic book for Ultimate Black Panther, which is great news to me. The writer Brian Edward Hill, I support Brian Edward Hill. I got the Black Panther Unconquered. That's the variant, and that's the original Black Panther Unconquered story, which I got and I supported. Decent story, one shot, nothing special. Couple things that have to do with gods and whatnot, but more importantly, as you hear my chair squeak, more importantly, Brian Edward Hill with Juan Ferreira did an amazing job here with Killmonger, a limited series from 2-3 years ago. This is who was dealing with this story. So the creators that they put on the Ultimate Black Panther book are there. The release timing of Ultimate Black Panther, hey, same level as X-Men and same level as Spider-Man, it's there. It's what we've been asking for as fans who want this character to be respected. It was an appropriate response. It was like after 2018's Black Panther took the world by storm, this is what you kind of expected coming out of the comics, and they're doing that now with the Ultimate Black Panther. Let's read some of this article. I skipped to this part here. So there's the T'Challa right there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it completely. And let's start reading. Reading. Here's the thing, man. As I scooted over, when I start talking to you about, it's like the video game. When I read that synopsis of the video game, which I'm about to read for this, I couldn't find the word T'Challa. And it's the same here. In the wake of Ultimate Invasion, Khonshu and Ra, the force known together as Moon Knight, are seeking to expand their brutal control of the continent of Africa. Alright, colonization, that's a problem. Wouldn't it be nice for an African hero to fight it? Kind of makes sense. It's in line with the world history. It's kind of something that the readers would agree with. You know, populating and controlling places that don't belong to you is wrong. You shouldn't be occupying. In response, the lone bulwark against them, the isolated nation of Wakanda, will send forth its champion, its king. Oh, all right. The Black Panther. Hey, that sounds good to me. It's champion and it's king. I can't disagree with any of that. That's who the character is. He is the champion and the king, and for him to be there featured, and called that. All right. Is it T'Challa though, or is it T'Challa's son? That's the question. Let's keep reading it. It says, from the creative minds of Brian Hill, Killmonger, and Stefano Caselli, who did X-Men Red, comes a bold new take on the world of Black Panther Wakanda. He says, I was invigorated by this opportunity. In addition to my immense respect for Jonathan Hickman's detailed storytelling, the idea of sheep herding this bold new take on Black Panther. I hope it's not that bold. In the event gives me a platform to do the kind of broad, epic storytelling I've always wanted to do in comics, Brian Edward Hill said. My influences range from the history of Black Panther comics to Ryan Coogler's incredible work with the recent films to Frank Herbert's world-building capacity of Dune. This is something people won't expect. No. In the best of ways. And full credit to Marvel and editors, yeah, whatever. When they won't expect it, man, these are worrisome words. These are things I'm going to be concerned about. What I want is just this character that everyone loves, no matter if it's Ultimate Universe, main universe. When you say Black Panther, you think of him. That's soul association. And it doesn't help if there's a fan base of people who love, quote, who love Black Panther, but some say, my favorite is Shuri. I like the T'Child better. Man, the one I played in the video game was a better Black Panther than this one. Why split people into their favorite Black Panthers? How about just a continual, I don't know, uncompetitive, no competition of just one guy progressing. Representation is important, very important. And when it comes to the top character that's ever happened in fiction, I would think it's best for that character not to have, within his own franchise, other people rocking the brand. The Black Panther mantle is a mantle, understood. Storyline wise, you can make time pass and a new character can become the Black Panther mantle. When T'Challa is 55, when Peter Parker is in his 40s, when the Fantastic Four retire and like the older two ones, and they have some new members of the FF that are running around. When that happens, I accept T'Challa will have retired and will be out of the picture when that day comes. But so far since the 60s and that sliding Marvel timeline, it hasn't moved past T'Challa's prime and his time as the Black Panther. So I'm worried. Taking inspiration from the movies, I'm worried. If this is the T'Child, hell no. I'm not picking up that comic book. You could see a little bit of his face there, and he did look older. I don't think he looked like a young person, but should that T'Child be Black Panther? Hell no. I'm not picking that up. I would pick it up, even though it's Ultimate, even though it's another universe. The creatives who are on it, along with the push that Marvel is behind this comic, I think it warrants a sale. I usually don't pick up these alternate universe stuffs, but it's very early, and I'll take it. I'll take a chance on it, even if it's a variant version of T'Challa. But if it's not T'Challa, no dollar. I'm going to be able to pre-order this comic. I'll read the synopsis then for issue number 1, and that's that. Or in the Ultimate Universe one-shot that's coming in November, okay? A month from now, that's supposed to be like the primer to set you up for all of these comics. If I read that comic in November and I see that it's the T'Child, okay. Hell no. I'm not going to pick up the comic. I'll actively boycott. I'll recommend no one else pays money to divide the Black Panther franchise and dilute who it is underneath that brand. To anyone who says, well, you know, you gotta give it a chance, good story. Representation is what I'm combating that with. The better the story, the scarier the situation. Because now we have Black Panther being shared with other people. Man, that old Black Panther, he doesn't do it and handle business the way that the Brian Edward Hill Black Panther does. So I'm cautious of the dangers of it. I don't want, not like the top black character that's ever happened in fiction doesn't need to have division. I can't reiterate that enough. I can't stress that enough. That's the main point here of this. If that is indeed TJ that they put behind the mask. And if it's not, this is Marvel doing a great job, which I've been asking for. Top tier creatives. Now Brian Edward Hill isn't everything, but at least the artist Stefano Caselli is a name. He gets to do events. Didn't he do Empire? When Caselli is on a book, that guy's page rate is pretty high. It's for a reason, so we got to give him that. And now it's our job to pick up this comic book, issue number 1. Unless we learn that it's T'Child, and then I say don't pick up a thing, not a single comic. Or if it's Shuri, or if it's anyone else, his lineage, his great grandfather to Black Panther. I don't care. I want actual T'Challa, and that's the best representation. If you like this, leave a comment. If you like this, like the video. How about this? I'll leave a comment right now. I'll leave one that says, would you read it if it's a T'Child? And you're going to put a thumbs up on that comment. I'll write another comment. Will you read this comic book if it's not the T'Child? And if it's T'Challa, will you support it? And there it is. There's another. So 2 questions in there in the comments. And you can thumbs up the one you agree with more. Two statements that you can agree with. Go down there. It's right there. Look, scroll down as I'm talking, You can do that. It's an interactive webpage. And you can see which one you agree with more. That first top one or that bottom one. Let's see which gets more of the thumbs ups. And hi to any shitheads in the comment section. You guys are the best.